To run a report, navigate to the desired report's program collections file. For this example, I'm going to navigate to the Sortable Detail Transactions report in the Current Month Detail subfolder, or the Finance folder. Right-click and select Run Job, or double-click to open the parameter collection screen and run a report in the background. If you right-click, you'll see other options. Let's talk about some of those other options now. The first option that you see at the top is Run Job. Run Job simply runs the report in the background. We'll talk about what that means in a moment. Selecting Run Job In allows you to slide over and select foreground or background. Running a job in the foreground means that once you set parameters and run the job, the current screen will stay open and you will not be able to perform other functions in the portal until the report comes back. The advantage is that your report will load when it is completed instead of having to refresh the page when running a report in the background. And we'll see how that works a little later. Selecting the background option under the Run Job In menu is the same thing as Run Job option at the top of the menu. It's just another way of selecting the same type of job to run in the background. The Open As, Email Link, Properties, and Retrieve options are not used here at Yale, so we can ignore those options. The Add to Favorites, Refresh, Add a Schedule, and Manage Job Schedules options will be covered later. Once you select Run Job, you will see a second tab launch in your browser, which displays the parameter collection screen. When the parameter collection screen opens, you will need to select the job parameters from a saved list or set the values manually. We'll show you how to save job parameters in another section of this training. You can select Save Job Parameters by clicking on the drop-down next to Publisher Defaults. You can edit or delete saved job parameters by clicking the Edit link to the right of Publisher Defaults. For this demonstration, we'll leave the default selection as Publisher Defaults and set the parameters manually. Required parameters vary widely by report. For example, the parameter screen for the Sortable Detail Transaction report in the Current Month Detail folder asks that you select the organization, project, award, expenditure type, and accounting period. In contrast, the account holder reports have many more parameters to select. This is because the account holder reports contain income statement, transaction detail, trend, and commitment detail sections. We will talk about the Save as My Default and Save checkboxes on the lower left corner of the screen in a later section. When all of your parameters are set, click the Run button in the lower right corner of the screen. You will see an informational pop-up window explaining that the report will run in the background. Click OK, and you'll be taken back to the Explore tab. To view the report you've just run, you'll need to refresh the Explore screen until the Output Collections file is displayed. The length of time to run a report varies by which report you're running. There are a few different ways that you can refresh the screen so the report shows up. First, you can click the refresh icon in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Or, you can do a right mouse click on a file and select Refresh from the pull-down menu, or press F5 on your keyboard. You can also click on any of the column headers, which sorts the reports by the column selected. If you sort the columns and there's a report pending, it'll load in. Lastly, whenever you leave a folder and come back later, the screen will be refreshed with your new report. When the Output Collections file appears, you'll see the date and time the report was completed, so you can know that you are opening the most recent report that you just ran. To open the report output file, you can either double-click or right-click and select Open. Just to note here that the Email Link and Properties options are not used here at Yale. Also, the Add to Favorite option is not recommended to be used on output collection files. Once you open the file, you'll see a new tab open that contains the report. To open the report, either double-click it or single-click and select Open in the lower right-hand corner. Report output will be presented in PDF, BQY, or Excel format. In our example, the Current Month Detail report is a BRIO query, or BQY output file type. When we open it, we'll see a file download window. Select Open. After you click Open, you'll see Hyperion Interactive Reporting Studio, otherwise known as BRIO, open and then you'll see the report. As you can see, the current month detail has many options. Many users select the Export Results to Excel option to perform analysis of transactions. To protect the confidentiality of the information, let's stop here.